Hello, my name is Addison, and today I'm going to be talking about the book that changed my life for LIS 433, The History of the Book. The name of the book that changed my life was Tiger's Curse. This is my copy by Colleen Hulk. It doesn't really look like this. It's in much worse condition because I've read it so many times. But you can see the binding is going because it's really old. So this book has changed my life by saving me during a pretty hectic time in my life. I was introduced to this book in middle school by my aunt. My aunt is an author, and at the time I wasn't really big on reading unless it was for a school assignment, so I didn't really read for, personal enjoyment. And she wanted me to try something new. She read it and she read the blurb and she thought that I might be interested in it. So she gave this to me for my 13th birthday, and when she gave it to me, I read it as if I was a fish out of water. I could not put it down. I felt like I could relate to the main character as if she were my sister or myself. And it really helped me stay positive during a time where my life was changing drastically. I was really sick, so I couldn't really do anything physically laboring at the time because I shortly thereafter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I was borderline comatose, so I couldn't. Reading was the only exciting thing that I could do at the time physically. And my mother was due to be married shortly thereafter, and she was 5 months pregnant with my brother, which I wasn't a sibling until that point in my life. But this book really gave me something to look to that was stable. My initial feelings about it were, I guess you could say, confusion. I had never read anything like it. I feel like this book would be considered historical fantasy. It's based in a lot of Indian and Chinese folklore. And however, there's a lot of magic involved and mystical beings and curses and whatnot. So honestly, it really sparked my love of history or storytelling, which is actually how I later in life decided upon my major, which is anthropology. I'm interested in the stories that people tell, so hopefully I can make a career out of that, as well as my minor, which is library and information sciences. The edition, there was only one edition of this book and one version of this book. It is a saga. It's a 6-part saga. You have the prologue and the epilogue book that came out after the 4-piece saga, the main 4-piece saga. I have not yet read the epilogue and prologue. They just came out not too long ago, and for some reason it's very difficult to come across a copy that's not online, so I'm still working on that. And I can't really say that this book changed my tastes in reading. It just sparked my interest in reading in general. As you can see, my personal library behind me. My tastes in reading are not limited to historical fantasy. After I read this book, I read anything that I could get my hands on. Fiction, classical, nonfiction, I would just sit there and read history textbooks that we had to buy for class in high school. It was just enjoyable. I loved learning new things. And yeah, so Tiger's Curse. I highly recommend it. It definitely has brought me through some hard times in life. When I feel down or sad, I always go to this book to bring me comfort and remind me of a time that was not so stressful. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. Thank you.